Milsim. The word alone conjures up images in every airsofter's mind. To some, it's the epitome of airsoft. The best players in the community playing on the most realistic field. To others, it's a bunch of guys with overpriced gear doing a very slow reenactment of war. The truth, as per usual, is somewhere in between. This is a short story of my first Milsim experience. Although I've been playing airsoft for more than 10 years, I've never gone to a Milsim event. I can't quite explain why I haven't been to one thus far. Some of it has to do with the elitist nature of Milsim players. A big chunk is the hassle. You can't just up and Milsim. You have to plan it, you have to get a hotel, you usually have to drive or fly pretty far. So it's a big what to do. Another reason is a lot of players I played with are just pub field players, they're not Milsimmers. Until recently. When an opportunity came up a couple months ago to go to an event in February with a couple guys I've been playing with, I jumped on it. We decided to go to the Lion Claws Operation Devil Dog held at Camp Pendleton in California. Some of the reasons I decided to jump on this one was its proximity, very close to my house. I had a group of guys to go with, and it looked like a one-of-a-kind area of operation that I've never seen anyone play at. Unfortunately, the strange California weather had different plans. The whole week leading up prior to the event, we were being told the greatest storm of all time is coming.
We are just in the beginning of what's expected to be the biggest soaking we've had in years. Craig's forecast is next.
And it looked like the whole thing was going to get rained out. The night games that were scheduled to be held were cancelled due to the rain, and the people camping near the event had to evacuate to a safer area. As we were going to bed, there was uncertainty if the event was going to happen at all. So we had to sleep on it and find out in the morning. Much to everyone's delight, the Milsim gods looked down upon California and cleared the weather. So that Saturday morning, we geared up and headed down to the field. Now, first thing I noticed is the atmosphere is a lot more relaxed than I had expected. The people in charge don't bark rules at you, they don't treat you like a kid. This event was 18 plus, so there's a lot more trust. People are more responsible, no one's shooting in the staging area, and people know when to shut up when someone's talking. The briefing before the game was really swift. Prior to the event, you do get a list of rules, which is very lengthy, but the event organizers trust you to look through it and be familiar with it. So that saves a lot of time on actual game day. They don't have to cover every single rule.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
Well, first of all, I want to thank those of you who are supporting this event. You all watched the news. You all heard the newscasters saying that everybody in SoCal will die this weekend.
Basically.
You said, no, we won't. So thank you for not believing in the news.
Fake news. Fake news.
Once the game started, the actual play was similar to what you would experience at a public field. At this event, there was no medic rule, so every time you died, you had to walk back to spawn. And this being a CQB field, it felt like a huge public field, but with awesome 4-story buildings, and everything was very clean, and you could tell it wasn't a paintball field 2 days prior to you showing up. Even though the medic rule was missing, the game was still very immersive. You'd often be alive for over an hour doing the same mission, trying to get to the same building or trying to advance on the enemy. The game flow is a lot slower than the pub field game. You're not walking over dead players. It's a lot more sparse, even though there's a lot of players on the field. Due to the size of the field and the actual structures, it feels very scattered, and you feel like you could actually breathe and think before you do something. There's not somebody around every corner. I did record a lot of footage, and there will be gameplay from this event. But coming back from it, I felt a sense of bonding with the people I played with, and I met a lot of really cool people that I either followed or knew about on social media, and it was nice to meet them in person. Typically when I get back from an airsoft game, I really want nothing to do with airsoft for a couple days. All my gear stays in the car for a while, and I really have no plans to go out again till I kind of get the itch again a few days later. After we wrapped up this Milsim event, we instantly started planning the next one. It's very much an experience. You're out there for several days, you're out with your friends, you're hanging out with them, you're on the field with them. It's a great sense of bonding, and you definitely remember it more so than any weekend outing. So at the end of the day, I'm really glad I did this. I had a great time, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these. If you're on the fence about trying it out, give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? I think you'll find it a lot more satisfactory than you think, and a lot of the things you're worried about, like getting the right gear and the right gun and everything, just follow the rules and you'll have a good time. It's a very relaxed atmosphere and everyone's very helpful. So stay tuned, there'll be a lot of gameplays from this, and in the comments below let me know your first Milsim experience. What did you think versus what actually happened? Was it better? Was it worse? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and you'll see me on the next one.